All praises to Yahweh, but Hashem Yahweh Shai, but Hashem Makar double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom to the elected nation of Israel. This is going to be a video or a lesson on Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1, where it says, "Why did the heathen rage?" And I was thinking about this scripture, and it's basically like this, man. The world, if it's run at its best, has the Israelites in charge, right? Whereas what the heathen are trying to do is they want to rule, even though they within themselves know deep down that we're a better option than they are, right? They'd rather be ruling the earth and it be messed up than us rule and the world be in righteousness, which is why it's a vain thing that they're imagining, man. Psalm chapter 2 and verse 1, why did the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? And that's one of the vain things that they're imagining. They're thinking, even though they've looked at their own laws and they've looked at ours and they know that our law is more righteous than theirs, really, right? But they don't want to accept that. They don't want to accept that, because accepting that would mean that they have to accept that we're better than them. Because we have to know for a fact that they are not gonna ever implement Yahweh's laws, man. They're not gonna do that. It's not them that's gonna do that. They're gonna implement their own wicked ways, man, and then continually complain about how the earth is messed up when they're ignoring the thing that would make it better. Verse 2, the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against Yahweh and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. So they know that the Israelites are supposed to rule. They know this already, but they're trying to take that rulership that we are supposed to have away from us, because they want to rule, right? And then when they see that the earth's getting worse and worse, they're not saying, you know what, maybe we should just fall back and go into captivity. Because who's gonna say that, really? Who does want to go into captivity? Nobody. Yet when the Israelites are ruling, the world's still gonna be in a better place, man. Verse 4, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. Yahweh shall have them in derision, because they're going whether they like it or not anyway, man. Whether they want to go or not, it doesn't matter. They're going. They're going anyway. Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. And all people do in this world really is complain. They're always a complaint. There's always something that they have got to say that's just not right, man. Men complain about women, women complain about men. But in the kingdom of the Israelites, men are going to be happier, women are going to be happier, children are going to be happier, because the way that the world's going to be ran when the Israelites are in charge is the way according to how Yahweh made all human beings to be like, right? The earth functions best when it's following after Yahweh's laws. Even when the heathen follow them, the earth works in a better way, right? Even though they can't get immortality from it like us, because we're going to only get immortality because we're going to receive the law through the new covenant, which is a contract between Yahweh and every single Israelite, that Yahweh is ultimately going to make every Israelite keep the laws, right? But yet, even still, the heathen are going to be happier when we're in charge as well. But right now, they're being rebellious, man. And as the world tried to say that we had drapetomania, really, they've got drapetomania, which is a psychological disease that they made up, trying to say that that's a rebellious slave, that, or somebody that doesn't want to go into captivity, and African American, as they called it. But really, it's these heathens and Esau that they have that disease, right? Because they're trying to run away from us ruling the world, man. Which that's when it's going to be in its most righteous state. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 2, and it shall come to pass in the last days that the mountain of Yahweh's house shall be established in the top of the mountains, and shall be exalted above the hills, and all nations shall flow unto it. And many people shall go and say, come ye and let us go up to the mountain of Yahweh, to the house of the power of Jacob, and he will teach us of his ways, and will walk in his paths. For out of Zion shall go forth the law, and the word of Yahweh from Jerusalem. Now, people ain't doing that to those people in the land of Israel, right? And they're not even doing it to Esau. People don't really try and learn Esau's ways because they think it's going to benefit their life. They try and learn Esau's ways because they want money, right? And there's a scripture in Sirach. You know what? I'm going to I'm going to get the scripture. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 30. The poor man is honored for his skill, and the rich man is honored for his riches. The only reason why anyone in this world has got respect for Esau, including the Israelite woman, is because of money. And that's why the main thing that she always compares us and the Edomite man to is money. Because if we had all the money that Esau has, and Esau had the money that we have, just know that all these Israelite women that you see hang around with Esau, they wouldn't be with him no more. They wouldn't. They'd all of a sudden realize that we're actually better than these Edomites all of a sudden. And the majority of the world as well all of a sudden would want to start trying to sing our praise. And the scripture is going to explain why. Verse 31. He that is honored in poverty, which is what we are, right? We're honored in our low position, man. Despite all the smack that these people talk about us in this world, if we're so low level, why are you always trying to copy us for then, man? Why are you trying to copy how we talk? Why do you try and copy how we walk? Why do you try and watch us play sports? Why do you watch us play sports then? Why don't you do the sports, man? Why aren't we getting entertained or standing in awe at your physical traits? Why is that not what's happening, man? Why are your children wearing football jerseys or basketball jerseys with our people's names on there? He that is honored in poverty, how much more in riches? And he that is dishonorable in riches, how much more in poverty? So Esau hasn't had no honor while he's been rich. He's been a scumbag. So how much more when he loses that money, man? Just picture any of these proud Edomites that you see. Their pride comes from the money that they have and the delusion of being a so-called white person that's been put out there. But the truth of the matter is that they've only been in this rulership because Yahweh set them up for a time. And they're not going to last one more second past the rulership that they've been given. And then how proud they're going to be then when they lose all that wealth, man. Even just on a lower level with certain of these Edomites, when they realize that they're going poor, they jump off and they commit you know what, man. They unalive themselves when it comes to that in their lives, because they know that they're dishonorable in riches, so they're even going to be worse when they're poor. And that's why they love money so much, because that's their key to getting respect from people, man. That's their key. It's not because they give good ideas and because they're righteous, because they're not. Isaiah chapter 2 and verse 4, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. And that's what people do in this world, man. They learn ways to have wars between each other, man. So they say, okay, but what about if a country tried to come and fight us by sea? Well, let's learn how we could fight them on the sea then. So let's make submarines, let's make aircraft carriers, let's make boats and attach guns to the side. But what about if people tried to fly over our country by air? Well, let's learn how to do that. So then they'll make aircraft missiles and all kind of stuff, anti-aircraft missiles, you know? Or what about if people want to come against us on land by vehicle? So let's learn how to do that. That's all they do in this world. They learn, and they do the military drills. They're learning war. That's what they're doing in these drills. They're learning war, man. They're learning and acting out in wars. And they're always ever trying to learn different ways, man. When they make these weapons and that, they're always trying to talk about how the newest battles are going to be fought. They're learning new ways to have wars against each other, man, all the time. That's all the people in this world do. Oh, if you just go on YouTube and type in things about war, you'll see all the different ways. Oh, they'll make robots, and then the future battles are not going to be fought by humans. They're going to be fought by robots. They're going to be fought by drones. That's how they talk, man. Or it's going to be biological, be invisible things that people are going to make and all this kind of stuff. Oh, what's it called, man? EMPs and all of that. They're always learning different ways to make war, man. Or they're actually taking part in wars. But in the kingdom of heaven, they ain't going to be learning no new ways to cause war. Neither are they going to be taking part in wars, because all of those weapons are going to be destroyed, man. All of those things that people used to use to make, they're going to be turned into things for other purposes, man. And people are going to more than get their fill of war when Yahweh brings his wrath upon the earth. To the point where the elect in particular are going to remember exactly what it was like when war reached its greatness on this world, man, where it reached the highest point that it can ever get to. Because the war that's going to take place on the earth, there's never going to be a war that's ever going to happen like that ever again. And the kingdom of heaven is going to be infinite. So that shows you how great of a time that's going to be, man. Now, I'm going to end the video there, man, because all I wanted to go into is how these heathens are raging, and they would rather, at the moment, they'd rather live in a wicked world, but they're ruling, than live in a righteous world that we're ruling, man. And I'm going to end the lesson there. Shalom.